I'm J. Christoph Amberger, and we're here to turn crisis into opportunity. The last time I was in Dresden, Germany, it was 1994. The wall had come down only 5 years before, and the first rush of post-reunification money seemed to have done more harm than good to the city. Ownership disputes about properties confiscated by the communists were just beginning. The city struck me as dark and depressing. Of course, it was November, and any North European city looks about as cheerful as the old crematorium on Greenmount Cemetery in November. But things have changed, as I saw for myself last week. Billions and billions of Deutsche Mark and euros were pumped into Dresden, both in government funds and private investments. The flood of cash has all but erased the dreariness that inevitably comes with communism. The sandstone buildings and palaces, scorched black by the firestorms of World War II, and the inferior fuels burned by the communists for 40 years, have been sandblasted into clean and cheerful beige and yellow hues. Soulless architectural monstrosities are being torn down. Private investment is filling the gaps with modern buildings in the old style, with expensive condos and no end of retail space. Ruins that have been blighting the city since 1945 are being rebuilt left and right. The bombed-out Taschenberg Palais, who now houses a fancy hotel of the Kempinski family. Quite recommendable, if I say so myself. Most striking of all, even the people seem to have changed. Drab East Germans now dress the same as drab West Germans. It is noticeable how many white-haired pensioners have discovered blue jeans and wide black belts as their new leisure garb, worn, of course, with adventure sandals that reveal navy blue or black or gray socks. Occasionally, you'll encounter dashing middle-aged males wearing capri pants, again with socks and sandals. And, since you want to be on the safe side even in summer weather, tan and gray light outdoors vests have made a comeback that is as unexpected as it is unflattering. I shot some videos of some of the most daring specimens. I plan to use it to threaten my children that Daddy, too, may one day give in to his Germanic fashion proclivities. As a result of the building boom, tourists are pouring into the city. Americans, Chinese, Japanese, Poles, even Indians. And, of course, busloads of German retirees for whom reassuring each other about royal lineages and the incantational reciting of historical factoids is the apex of Central European high culture. Most impressively, Dresden is a town that has no debt. They sold the publicly owned residential real estate developments to an investment fund 2 years ago and achieved what West German cities can only dream about, not owing anyone a dime. Things sure are different. A young East German recently commented rather snidely on just how bad the roads were in the old West German states. It sure is impressive what effect capitalism can have, be it just in generating the tax revenues required to iron out the scars of socialism. But some things just never change. As my business schedule ebbed and subsided toward the end of the last week, I was able to combine my travels through Germany with visiting family and even a wedding. The day was warm, probably around 90 degrees. But if you heard the constant complaining of the wedding guests, you could have thought the wedding party was stranded on a downtown Baltimore concrete lot on a mid-August day wearing only paper napkins. The whining, the griping. Given that there is no self-respecting German who does not spend at least 3 weeks every summer roasting on Mediterranean beaches, ideally in the nude, the preoccupation with heat at home might strike you as slightly ridiculous. But post-war Germans are keen on crisis. After spending 40 years in the potential hot zone of the Cold War, peace and democratization of the East have left a void that needs to be filled. Accordingly, everyone in Germany has by now thoroughly convinced himself that he is experiencing the cusp of climate catastrophe firsthand, right here, right now. In May, a week or two of no rain had refreshed pop climate theorists' predictions of an immediate and instant Versteppung, the turning into steppe, of the Mark Brandenburg. My sister's boyfriend, a cameraman for a local news station, was sent out to shoot footage of just how bad things are already. Problem was, he found no desert. He drove for hours and only found lush green fields, forests and meadows with multitudes of cranes and herons wading through well-filled waterways. He finally found yellow leaves on a test field belonging to an agricultural institute. They had to serve as an irrefutable evidence that the Sahara is inescapably marching toward Berlin. The next day it started raining. I suppose he now is waiting to be sent out to document on what horrendous clip Germany is turning into a tropical rainforest. And to think everyone in Germany could be so much cooler if they only removed the thick black socks they wear with their adventure sandals. For TaipanFinancialNews.com, I'm J. Christoph Amberger, wishing you a practical week.